I pray these messages find you at the precise time you need them. Welcome in, calling in, Soul Tribe, calling everyone in, getting the space set up. Got some pretty intense messages today. So we're gonna start by invoking the white flame of purification over your space, over your mind, body, and spirit. Cleansing your space, cleansing your mind, opening your energies to receive. Welcome in, welcome in. If you're open to receiving this energy activation, we're going to tap in with a 333. Type 333 in the chat, 333 in the comments. As always, these messages are timeless. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Welcome in, welcome in. Tapping in with a 333. And I'm going to get everyone situated with a cord cutting first. Hey, Dan, welcome in. Z, welcome in. Actually, I'm going to save the cord cutting. We're tapping in with a 333 for the energy activation, the energy healing, the energy clearing. Laura, welcome in. Carol, welcome in. Marco, welcome in. I'm so happy you could all be here tonight. Tapping in with a 333. Nothing to do here, just be present. Starting as always, as usual. Hello, Robert, welcome in with a bit of energy healing. Getting you all grounded, getting you all situated, clearing away the day. Clearing away the day. Any anxiety, any overwhelm, any overstimulation. Clearing this out. Grace, hello. Tapping in with a 333 to receive these vibrations. Lots of crown activations for y'all, fam. How are the headaches? Tension headaches, migraines, just tingling sensations in the crown. How's that been for you all? Pretty intense. Claiming these energy codes, these light codes with a 333. Some cleansing and grounding with the selenite. And as you all know, how lovely my favorite tool is. How simple. You're in for a cord cutting, fam. Been working on a lot. Welcome in. Hello, welcome in, everyone. Oh my gosh. See, like, you think you love this more than me, but knowing how much relief this brings you, I can feel it in my body. It's like my favorite thing. Oh, okay. Calling more cords up that are ready to be cut, that I will not be interfering with karmically, that I cut them. That's always my intention, but I like to just state it out loud so you know where I'm coming from, family. Ooh. Any stagnant energies, any draining energies, circumstances, conversations, connections. We're releasing the attachment that they have in your auric field, just separating them, loosening them up. Whoa, because I can always feel it. It's like I'm slowly coming back into my body. Lune, hello. It's always like such a interesting sensation, because I know some of you are like, what is it like to like be doing that? How does she feel? How does she know when she's done? Well, usually I'm tapping in with my clairsentience, because I would say it's probably my most developed psychic sense. But with this cord cutting, I'm feeling that at like first it's like I can feel my feet, then I can feel my legs, then I can feel my stomach and my hips, and it's like slowly all the feeling in my body is coming back to me, and it's like I can finally breathe. I feel present. So normally I can feel like, according to how much is released and where, I know when the majority of it's been released. So as always, just take what resonates, leave the rest. I know there's a lot I want to open up over your crown. Hello, welcome in. A lot I want to open up over your crown, because I feel like you guys have been doubting. Doubt. We don't like that here, but we understand it. We know what happens. We're all in this energy. Because know that if you're feeling like this and you're here on this video watching, you're feeling what everyone else here is feeling. And we're all ready to be out of the doubt. Free from fear. We're ready to be clear. I'm not trying to rhyme. I was in a very silly mood before this, so that's definitely gonna spill over, friends, tonight. Hope you don't mind. Hello, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Tapping into this energy healing session with a 333. If you're open to receive, just type 333 and leave that comment, either in the chat or in the comments below. Ooh. There we go. There we go. Okay, fam. God bless you. I'm happy you made it here. We've got a lot of messages for you all. Downloads have been smacking, tests have been testing. We are in the thick of Mercury retrograde. Dang. Like, Mercury retrograde has been retrograding so hard. Like, I've got like the Italian hand out, okay? Some of my ancestors were Italian. I know for sure. Literally, this has been such an insane season of testing your patience, family. It's testing your patience, your commitment. Yes, you are passing. You are absolutely passing these tests, and it is not without fortitude. It is not without fortitude. Like, you have become so stable in understanding where things are coming from when you're experiencing them, whether that's something that arises from within you, 1010, or it is something that you're experiencing kind of as an echo from someone else around you. Yeah, retrograde has been so real. So you've been putting to the test all the discernment that you've been building in the course of your shadow work season. I would say this is still putting all of your shadow work to the test. Can you stick with this process of growth even when things aren't as smooth sailing? And you're under pressure because God is, shall we say, like wringing out the rest of the impurities. The rest of your 3D consciousness is ready to go. We used this deck last time. Should I use a different deck this time? No, it's fun. I like it. Hi, welcome in. Yeah, so as much as you guys are feeling tested, it's been a dual thing. I might have said that in my most recent video. It's either like, if your thing is not speaking up for yourself, no, it's very much dualistic. It's about your communication and your patience. In what circumstances would you have remained silent in the past where that was a disservice, and now where you're speaking up, where that's your test to speak up in those situations? And then in the past, also, if you were speaking up and we'll say reacting instead of responding. When you were reacting instead of responding, now you're taking a moment to be more patient and a bit more graceful. A bit more graceful. So, this message is titled, "Your fears don't have any power. They don't hold any power." Hey, Crystal. All right. Thanks for popping in. So, your fears are not the end. I feel like we're gonna talk about this abyss of potential that we have here. So when you experience fear, that's usually telling your conscious ego where you're at the limit of what you know and what you understand, but ultimately what feels comfortable and familiar to you. So, Oracle of the Mermaid, yes it does. But ask me later, because I need to stay focused, okay? I need to stay focused. So, the downloads are coming in so heavily, family. It feels like a straight up beam of light is just shooting into my crown right here. And I know this has probably been feeling like this for you all too in the last, I would say, few days especially, but this could have been the last couple of weeks or any time really since we started Mercury retrograde. So like a week ago, maybe a week and a few days. So you're at the abyss of what you stand on, like the edge of what you know, the edge of what feels familiar. With the fears that you're experiencing on being pushed outside of your comfort zone, you're knowing now that everything that comes after that is where your potential lies. On the other side of fear is growth. Whether that's about a certain opportunity, a certain relationship, whatever it is, a certain circumstance, whatever it is. Your growth is asking you right now to move beyond your fears, to progress past the edge of what you know. Because odds are, at least the way things are unfolding and what I've been told for you all, it's very much that there are certain points of action that you're being asked to take right now that might have been something that is set up on your past. Like, it feels like whatever these opportunities are that I feel like some of you are going to say it's too late in the game. It's too late in the game for this, but that's not true. Whatever these opportunities are coming around for you right now, these ideas, this inspiration, it's all because you are at a point where you're ready to embody the fullness of yourself in those circumstances. And that's the point of all the shadow work. The point of starting on a meditation journey, the point of starting on a manifestation journey, it's all, or even in getting to know God and getting to know who you are in truth as a spirit, as a soul. When you're on these journeys, it's so that you can understand yourself better, so you can understand how you can show up in the world more authentically you, more wholly you, and more accepting of yourself. A lot of this, so yeah, like on the one hand, it's very much feeling like for some of you, it's like you were pushed in a certain direction, but out of fear you went somewhere else. I wouldn't say it was only because of fear, but your curiosities as a light worker. I have to say, Dolores Cannon told me that light workers have ADHD, and that's just the thing. And it's not that you have ADHD, it's that your brain literally functions at a much higher capacity than other people. So you're constantly requiring stimulation and to do things that excite you. So it's not something to shame yourself about or punish yourself for not learning the way that others learn. It's very much that you operate inherently on a greater sensitivity scale. I should say a higher sensitivity scale. So the energy of things is what draws you. You follow your excitement because you're in tune with that. Most people aren't sensitive and aren't fully in tune with that, or aren't willing to take risks on that, but you are. And that's a beautiful thing. To follow your inspiration, even if others don't understand that, because that's what this world needs, is inspired action. Is you showing up as you. And there's no fear there. When you're just doing what you do because it feels exciting, it feels inspiring, it feels important to you. That's for someone here, like, you not learning the way that you thought you needed to learn was actually to your advantage. Because it taught you early on to think about things differently. To show you that your perspective matters. That your perspective is something that is informed by this holistic understanding of what is the world, what is life, and how do humans fit in it. Human beings. You're embracing the way that you are. And with that comes up all of the deepest fears that you've ever held on to. Thinking that you've always had to be one way. You always could only make money this way. You have to be this way in order to be acceptable. No one's going to like you if you do X, Y, Z, A, B, C, you know? It's not about any of that anymore. As these things start to come up for you, it's important that you're taking your time to understand what is this fear trying to tell you, because your fear doesn't hold the power to your future. It actually holds the key. It holds the key to your power. When you start feeling that anxiety, that anticipation of oh, I'm being pushed out of what I know, you see naturally the sensation of that visually, somatically. It's like, oh, you're backing away from something because you're at the edge of understanding. When you look at that fear and ask it to show you what it's really trying to point you towards, it's actually towards a limiting belief. It's pointing you to something that got you this far, but that isn't going to serve you moving forward. The fears are beginning to feel like fuel. Yes. Yes. These fears are meant to show you your opportunities. Think about it. What are you most afraid of? Being seen? That's the biggest thing right now. I would say outside of Mercury retrograde testing patience and boundaries and assertiveness and communication. But these fears are showing you where you're still holding on to what, ouch, to an old version of yourself. Because the version of you now would think differently about the things that initially made you afraid. That's where the shadow work comes in. Fam, I just did a price drop. If you haven't signed up for my shadow work bootcamp on Udemy, yep, $909, please sign up for that, because the meditations are calling you to go deeper. It's 6 weeks that will literally reshape your life. Literally. I did the meditations myself and everything has changed. This is all designed to help you go deeper. It's a link in the description box for Udemy. And Lune's on week 2. Yeah. This is a little brainchild of mine. My guides are like, hey, remember all those meditations you've been doing? You're gonna help everyone else move through them. And I was like, okay. Cool. Epic. Kind of intimidating because I've never done anything like that before. But again, with this energy of like seeing something that's going to help people, something that's going to bring you joy, but then saying the fear is just a indication that I'm trying something new. And it's the same for you. Your fear is just an indication that you're about to step out and do something new. Literally stepping out of the framework of reality that got you to that point. So when you look at this from a three-dimensional, we'll go two-dimensional scale, you're on planes of existence that have different frameworks. Some of you are being booted out of jobs right now to move up into the next plane of existence. Because everything from here, where you don't resonate with anymore, everywhere you're going is up here. So everything has to leave. I know some of you are feeling really lost and confused and scared, and I know you need guidance. Your guides are telling me you need freaking guidance. And that's why I'm out here on a live. I actually just dropped all of my prices on my website. That's psychic readings, energy healings, sound baths, and herbal detox protocols that I channel specifically for you. Please check them out, because you need to book with me. Anyone here who's been on the fence about it, you need to book with me, because your impulse in the first place was your guides telling you that they need you to hear something, okay? So as you're committing to these new levels, I'm here to hold you up and tell you what you got to hear, okay? My link for that is in the description box, and maybe if Lisa has a spare second, she'll drop it in the chat here. But I'm really looking forward to working with you. Like, I live for this. I live for you. I live for you. So, with that said, let's get deeper into the message here. Again, the first card out was the Empress. The Empress has been a really, really, really loud energy. Krishna has been a very loud energy for you all right now. This is the process of you understanding how to see yourself in the mirror the way others see you. the truth of who you are. Because I know that some of you have been surrounded by people who belittled you, abused you, demeaned you. These are not the people that can ever give you an accurate reflection of who you are. Therefore, if they resort to that kind of communication, anything they have to say is null and void anyway. It's not a reflection of you. It's everything you show them they will never be because they refuse to do the work themselves. And I know that can be really triggering to hear for some of you here. So please, as you're diving into the shadow work, as you're starting to really flesh out who around you ever actually reflected the truth of who you are back to you, know that for most light workers, it's slim to none. And it's always an inside job for you of figuring out who you are, figuring out what you like, figuring out what matters to you, how to show up in a world with love, surrounded by hate. And you can feel so isolated and like you're on your own until you come out here and meet people like me and people out here in the collective, because we get it. All of us here have been on this journey with you, feeling so disconnected. And this process of coming back home to yourself is the process of coming back home to God, which is the process of reconnecting. Like you've voluntarily taken on a battle, a war with your limiting beliefs, with your fear. And with your fear, you're coming out on the other side of those battles with some hard-earned lessons. I wouldn't say it's always very difficult, because most of the time, going deep enough, you find immense relief. And the empowerment to make new choices. And making new choices is what this whole journey is about. Choosing to behave differently, choosing to speak differently, choosing to show up in the world differently, choosing to switch careers, choosing to write that book, choosing to get out of bed every day even though it's hard, choosing to put a smile on your face and be patient in the face of people that are freaking testing you. It's these choices that you're becoming so conscious of at the smallest level that I feel like some of you have dug in so deep that you like haven't come out yet and seen like, oh my God, wait, whole life is shifting around you. Your whole life is shifting around you like this. Because you're so focused, like you're so focused on the work. You just head down here, the magician. I gotta alchemize this. I gotta alchemize this. I've gotta alchemize this. And I'm not gonna stop till I get what I want. And that's the energy that is presenting this new framework of reality to you. Your guides came through earlier to tell me that some of you have been given the option to make new choices, presented with an opportunity, and it's going, not now. You're going, not now. In 5 minutes. Maybe tomorrow. I wouldn't say that's for everyone here, but be mindful. Be mindful of where you're still feeling that you want to take action, where you have the opportunity and still need to follow through on that choice. Your emphasis here is on the follow through. Yeah, the two cards we had in the middle here were wow, that was hard to say. I wanted to say Page of Pentacles, but the Ace of Pentacles with the Seven of Wands. Yeah, it's been a lot of learning. New beginnings, I'm hearing, new beginnings. And it always started with the choice to come back to yourself. And this is a journey we can take multiple times in life, you know? That it's dual here. Some of you are very invested in discovering yourself through the path of self-realization as sort of your guiding force, the thing that consumes you and your purpose, to be fully absorbed in that. For some of you, it's a bit more touch and go. Make an investment in your shadow work and explore the world. Come back to the shadow work, go out into the world. Some of you are in the process of aligning your life such that it's like this. Constantly checking in, but figuring out how you can step out into the world more. Coming back again to what? Being seen. 919. Could be seeing a lot of mirroring numbers, ascending numbers, also some descending numbers if you're needing to rest and you're not listening to that impulse, to that sensation of exhaustion in your body. You're seeing descending numbers telling you that you need to slow down and rest and take some time out and pause. Because the rest is going to help you figure out exactly what it is that you're missing. It sounds counterintuitive, right? But some of the best, some of the most brilliant minds that I've ever existed never came up with a solution to their problem when they were ruminating over it. Thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. That's not meditating. That's thinking. Actually, that's overthinking. That's overthinking. What you're needing is to pause and step away. Because when you step away, that literally gives your brain the time to process, and your subconscious and unconscious minds to see the whole situation from a different perspective. So, where do we go from here? Okay, that's another thing. Some of you are out here in this energy, like it was so much coming through today, feeling like you don't have anything to grip onto, just kind of floating in space. Like, where the heck do I go? Where do you even start? Where do you even start? And that energy, grounding is always the answer. Always the answer, grounding. Get back into your body. Come back to the present moment. Yes, for some of you, your relationship with your physical body is the key to unlocking this next step for you. Some of you have been afraid to really be present in a physical way. And I feel like for a lot of you that have been out in hermit mode for a while, that's for you. Because hermiting is necessary for parts of the journey. It's necessary to come back for, yes, come back for yourself, but to yourself. But there's a lot you're missing out on, your guides are saying. There's a lot you're missing out on in terms of connection, meeting new people, just seeing what the world has to offer. It's nice to know that I trigger people just by existing. And I feel like that's the energy that you're getting into now. You're like, yeah, if you're triggered, you needed that. Yeah, really. So what else came out here for you? We have the Queen of Wands, Judgment, Ten of Cups, the Lovers, and the Three of Pentacles. This feels really sweet to me. It's like, oh, I love that song. Okay, wow. Oh, Krishna. A lot of you are going to be brought through another bout of inner child healing very shortly. For those of you who are signed up for the boot camp, you already know what's up. But be prepared to go deeper with your inner child. Not so much just like skimming the surface and pulling up the biggest weeds of what is ailing you, what has hurt your inner child. But the next thing is really going to be figuring out what action to take. The shadow work is the first part, but your inner child is soon going to be guiding you as to what sorts of endeavors you can begin. For some of you, it's a subject matter that you're going to learn. For some of you, it's dancing. For some of you, it's I'm seeing like someone, it's not gardening, but you're like studying insects. That's really specific. What is that called? I don't know. But the next thing is you're going to be, it's like whatever fears you cleared, whatever deepest traumas and emotional burdens you lifted off your inner child is like, okay, wait, we're ready to go now. We're ready to take action because, oh, here it is. Here it is, family. A lot of you have had the vision. You've had the vision your whole life. You just haven't felt ready. You haven't felt like you were enough because you never had the validation that you would have needed in order to support you. To feel like you, entomology, thank you. For some of you to feel like you could actually show up and make your wildest dreams come true. I feel like that was something a lot of you didn't have, but your inner child is now impressed by your ability to show up and to commit to being present, to commit to hearing them out and saying, okay, this is what happened in the situation, and if I had had a say in it, then this is what I would have guided you through. This is how I would have handled that situation. This is how I would have encouraged you, or this is how I would have set that boundary with that person. It is such a lovely energy. And whatever these patterns are that are still coming up to be released, you'll have the empowerment to do so. Because your guides and God always know exactly what moments to bring to you in any given moment in time. So that way they're building not only your stamina, they're building your confidence, they're building your self-esteem, they're building your understanding of yourself in such a way so that the deeper you go into your realizations, the more you're actually being transformed by them. Considering taking action in a way that your most healed self would take action. So with this energy here, it feels very much like you have acknowledged your deepest desires. There's a song that I got sidetracked. The song, Higher Ground by Scar. Should I play it for you? Should I sing it? Let me pull up the lyrics. It's so beautiful. I've got something burning in my chest, an ocean made of embers unexpressed, flickers from a heartbeat that won't change. And when my moment comes, I've set my aim. I know that I'm lucky, yeah, I got it good. Still my body's restless, always on the move. It's in my bloodstream, I think I'm ready for a higher ground. Finding my reasons why, because I never want to slow down. Yeah, I never want to slow down, I think I'm ready for a higher ground. People say a fire's bound to fade, but when I want it bad, I just can't wait. You can be a cynic all you want, but when I'm on my feet, I give my all. I know that I'm lucky, yeah, I got it good. Still, my body's restless, always on the move. It's in my bloodstream, I think I'm ready for a higher ground. Finding my reasons why, because I never want to slow down. Yeah, I never want to slow down, I think I'm ready for a higher ground. Call me naive, I got wide eyes, but if it goes to hell, I know I tried. And then the chorus again, it's in my bloodstream. I think I'm ready for a higher ground. Oh my God. It's just, the way she wrote it, it was so inspiring too. Just dang. Yeah, wow. And it's fitting too, because when I first heard that song, it was when I was healing something very, very traumatic to my inner child. Yeah. And it just was like, I couldn't even, sometimes your guides are going to start bringing you more like movies. I don't know if you're ever feeling called to like sit down and watch a movie and you're like, oh, why do I feel like I need to watch that? It's because your guides are trying to show you something through there. Trying to help you learn through a new perspective by seeing a certain situation differently. And I'm not sure if this is something that you are already doing, but for some of you, you've been called to sit down and watch like a TV series, or you've been called to sit down and watch a film, because there's something in there for you. You're like, oh yeah, I've got to go see that movie. There's something in there for you that your guides want to communicate to you. For some of you, it's also a book. A lot of you, you're expanding the ways that you show up in the world. And I feel like maybe some of you in the past might have been so much like on monk mode, where you're just like, you know what? Nope, no movies, nope, no books, nope, no, none of that. I'm only committing to learning through like from my teacher, from these materials, this, that, and the other. Your whole world is expanding because you're expanding. That's literally what it means to release limiting beliefs. So the way that you perceive everything and its use, its energy, actually becomes more well-rounded. You see everything as an extension of creation and the creator. And by your vision of spiritualizing everything, of source enlightening, enlightening everything, that's actually raising the vibration from how you might have engaged in these things in more addictive patterns, but now they're in more nourishing ways. It's a healthy relationship where you're able to sort of feel things out. It's literally the fact that you're taking the teaching, take what resonates and leave the rest, and applying it to everything. Take what resonates from everything around you and leave the rest. And you don't need to engage yourself with what doesn't resonate to fight with it to make it resonate. That goes for people, places, and things. Dang. I don't know, fam. I feel like my channeling's going through an upgrade. Can you feel it? Those are some pretty sweet analogies. I'm like, who are we talking through today? Yeah. And you're also going to find that, hey, welcome in. your I mean, your sensitivity is like, your sensitivity is a consequence of your love. Your sensitivity is a consequence of your ability to love. A consequence of your loving energy. Yes. Wow. Family. Because you know, when you're indifferent towards something, it doesn't really bother you, right? Wow, that like, that shook me. I was not expecting that. But yes, your sensitivity is a consequence of your love. I know. Mind blown. Just like, I don't know. Don't ever say that I came up with this stuff, you guys. Because I don't know where it comes from. It just smacks me on the head. That compassion consequence. Yeah, no, because I mean, like, y'all, half your holy, what? You're half your shadow work. My mind is like crystallizing with this realization. Okay, here I am, like trying to get this. These, because when you think about it from that, sorry, I'm just going through like the most massive mindfuck right now. Ooh, whoa, family. Can we feed this one at a time? Okay, start with the emotions. What you feel at any given time affects your experience with something. That sounds so basic, right? But hear me out. When you love someone, you are attuned to every single thought and need that they ever had and they ever have. Kind of like you finish each other's sentences. Maybe you start to dress like each other. That sensitivity of being open-hearted and loving opens you wide up. If you're indifferent towards something, you can see it and not be affected by it, the energy that it emits. Right? It's true whether healthy or toxic. But I feel like what you didn't have before was the awareness of how to engage your sensitivity level according to like how you feel about something. I feel like some of you are going to really need to reverse engineer whatever the hell I just said, because I promise I can't repeat it. Whatever I just said, you're going to have to, some of you, I feel like you're just going to sit there and be like, working backwards through that. So like the things that don't make you feel good, the things that don't make you feel loving, you're going to sit with that energy and feel like, well, how can I get to a place of indifference so that it can be something that doesn't take you out of your loving energy. Fam, I had no idea what this message was going to be about. And I love that they always come through with like, it's not 10 minutes in, it's not 20 minutes in. It's always like almost an hour in here. They're very much wanting you to see the way that your emotions are telling you how you feel about something. And I feel like for some of you, this is why your somatic body work is so important right now, because the shadow work that you're doing is getting you in touch with your body when your body's like, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that, but you're not fully understanding it. there's something to be said for this. Because you're finally allowing yourself to take up space in your own life, that actually translates to you taking up space in your body. Some of you have a difficulty with being embodied because of certain injuries or certain emotions stored in certain places in your body, in your organs. Your shadow work is going to ask you to move through that and sit with those areas, those moments, those emotions. Because once the energy starts to move, you can actually start to take up space inside your body. Some of you have been afraid of looking at those things, and say you broke your wrist. You're energetically disconnected from your wrist because the energy won't move past that. Does that make sense? So, wow. Okay, so for a lot of you, this is going to bring up a lot of sexual healing. That your sacral chakras, your root chakras are going to be activated, and it's going to ask you to move through these difficulties, because I know how much it hurts. I know how much it hurts you to sit through these things and to hold space for these emotions and these memories as they start to surface, that your instinct is to want to run away. And I'm going to urge you, please don't run away. Please, please don't run away, because you are not the version of yourself that went through these things. You in the present moment are the one holding space. If you're needing help holding space, I'm happy to do that. Book a session with me, or if you're not ready for that, go for the Shadow Work Bootcamp, because I'm guiding you through these meditations personally. Everything here in your body, all of these stored energies are literally it's like the fear is around the feeling that's stuck inside of you. And with that fear that you face, being like, you know what, actually, when I feel this, it's gonna rectify karmic justice. When I feel this, it's actually going to set me free. If you can remember that going in and cling to that with everything you can, know that you're building your fearlessness. Because honestly, some people spend their entire lives running away from their emotions and seeking comfort in the material world, in 3D satisfaction. And that seems less scary, right? To be running. Which is why you are some of the most brave souls that exist. Knowing who I am and knowing who you are, I can say that. So, please know that, again, as I always say, not everyone's going to resonate with my messages, and not everyone's going to resonate with this message, which is why I say take what resonates, leave the rest. You're a special group of people who are, and like, I'm not trying to give you a big ego. I'm just trying to tell you that everything Angela says, yeah, making sense of your mind and body connection. Yeah, right place, right time. Most fulfilled when facing the shadow head on. Absolutely. Because you realize that you never had anything to fear at all. And in fact, these limitations that either were others, belonging to others, or were something that you learned, you don't have to hold them anymore. Wow. I feel like whatever it is that you're afraid of right now, is showing you what's standing in the way of your success. Whatever success means to you, but it's this thing or these few things that are needing your attention so that you can go in and find the truth of whatever is really happening there. Because notice that every time, like in my mind's eye, it looked like I just reached in, grabbed the key from the wall of fear, and the wall of fear collapsed. Okay, we got another really huge download coming in here now, because it's like a lightning rod is stuck in my brain. That's how it feels. Yeah, the energetic upgrades right now are massive. And we are coming up again on the 12/12 portal, so you're feeling things a little bit more loudly, perhaps more ascension symptoms, feeling a bit more run down, needing to take more time out to rest. Again, please, please. I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, because the distractions, right? The distractions are wanting to keep you, yep. Okay. The distractions are wanting to keep you distracted, but also very disempowered. Because I feel like it's kind of like this go, go, go slump energy, go, go, go slump energy, where you want to move ahead very quickly because you see all of the things that you have to do. But I want you to know also that sometimes you have to really meditate and by meditate, I mean clear your mind to receive the proper guidance. Because every time you are given a download about something, that particular moment might not be the moment to take action. It could be that your guides are planting a seed. They're planting a seed with you so that when the time comes, that seed has fructified and started to grow large enough that you're like, okay, I'm ready to do this now. But because you're highly intuitive, you have this awareness of what is coming, what's next. I'm hearing don't slump on your growth. Again, I put all the cards back in the deck, fam. And you know what came out again? Well, he didn't come out before. Well, again. Not he. We don't do genders here. At least not in the tarot cards. If I feel a masculine, I will say masculine. If I feel a feminine, I'll say feminine. We got the King of Wands. And what came out again was the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups. Yes, please eat. A lot of you are also going to be healing your relationship to eating, your relationship to food. And I should say your relationship to nourishment, because it's not just food. Yeah, wanted to come out again. And there you are again. Are you kidding me? The Empress came out again, too. Whoa. Okay, so I showed you the King of Wands and the 10 of Cups. The Tower. The Knight of Wands, the Empress, and the High Priestess. These are my two, the artwork in this deck is so beautiful, and these are two of my favorite cards. And I love that they came out next to each other, because that's just you chilling like a villain in your feminine energy of being receptive. I would say if you're masculine or feminine dominant, it doesn't matter, because what you're working on right now is your ability to receive and rest. I just heard nature grows on time. Things in nature grow on time, and she's never late. Could you consider for a moment that you're on time? That you're so protected and so guided and already intuitive enough that you're just on time? It would be a lot easier to be present, wouldn't it? To rest and feel safe. Notice every time I say that, it's a release into your root chakra opening to feel safe and secure in the present moment. Again, coming back to the message before about a lot of you working on your root chakra and your sacral. I'm also feeling some solar plexus for those of you who are working on your relationship with food. That's a big one. What say you? King of Wands, 10 of Cups, the Tower. That is such an interesting lineup. Okay, oh my God, thank you. Okay, so I've been reading this book, okay? I've been reading this book. And you guys, I'm so understimulated. But anyways, which is why I used to set goals for myself where I'd read like over 20 books in a year, because my brain would be like, I must, I must. But this energy is giving like exactly what I was just reading about, which is the fact that it feels like you're on the cusp of breakthrough and the cusp of success, okay? You are just about to run this is where you are right now. You're like, okay, I'm cool, I'm chilling, things are great. Yeah, that's my dream. Yeah, that's my life. Or you're over here like, not, or you're looking at it, not seeing how powerful you are and your ability to manifest it, because the King of Wands isn't looking up at his dreams. So maybe you're not looking up at your dreams like they're really here right in front of you. You're just like, yeah, but it's like cool and comfy where I am. Yeah, it's like, that could happen, but no meh. None of that meh. None of that. It's just like this energy of being less than your full self. Being average instead of being you. And I say average meaning like the accumulation of everyone around you instead of being you. God's trying to come through with these tower moments, folks. He's trying to come through with these tower moments because you're one breakthrough away from literally running into your most abundant, most in tune, most aware life. Your most secure life. Perhaps some of you are going through the tower moments right now and you need help navigating. Your guides have messages for you. Whether you're able to hear them and run with it, or you need someone like me to tell you again and be like, listen, they've been telling you this. I'm here for you for that. So, yeah, Lune says the spark meditation. Yeah. Lune, I feel the shift, like the massive breakthrough in your root. Like, that was crazy. That was crazy. And I'm so proud of you. All of you who are keeping up with the shadow work, all of you who are going through these moments of realization and falling in love with yourself, falling deeper into compassion with yourself. It's like you're just now starting to see that this is how everyone saw you. And if they couldn't see it and communicate it, they definitely felt it. Coming out of the shadows. Yeah. Some of you really do need to book with me. Like, you need to book with me, because this right now has you feeling like you don't know which way is up or left, right, or center, or forward. So go ahead and book with me. My guides, I literally cut all of my prices like by more than a third because of how desperately you guys need your messages, okay? Like, if that's not accessible to you, please let me know and we'll work something out. I have a I do payment plans as well. So you can pay in installments at an interest-free rate. So I guess it's just the price cut up. Damn. But really, like, your guides have been really adamant about you hearing certain things. And there's only so much that I can channel in a collective message like this. But for those of you who have been on the fence, like, you know that you need to book with me. So please do. The link's here in the description box below. Lisa dropped it in the chat for everyone who's here on the live. Like, I feel like you can't see what's beyond this devastation right now for a few of you. Like, you don't know which way is forward, which way is up and out, but I can see that. All right, fam. That's the message. That is the message. I love you so much, and you mean the world to me, honestly. Like, you really do. And again, the link for the Shadow Work Bootcamp is also in the description box. It's Udemy Shadow Work Bootcamp. And lastly, I'm a brand ambassador for Haverdash, which is a rental fashion subscription service. Super fun. And it's been a really cool way also to, like, it's crazy how much, like, the way that you dress and the way that you carry yourself actually affects the energy that you show up in the world with. And this has been a really amazing experiment with that. So I would recommend all of you try it out. It's free for the first month. You get 4 items that you can hold on for an unlimited period of time. Then you can have unlimited returns in a month if you're not satisfied. Then you can also, they pay for shipping. Sorry, I channeled so hard at the last bit of that, but my brain is like, so, yes, first month is free. Check it out. Julia Rose's Closet. It's super fun. They're constantly updating their closet, and they have some really fun party pieces in there. So if you're like, you want to do something for New Year's, or if you're like me and you're the kind of kind of guy that you would just take yourself out and do your own thing, because why the fuck not? Then do it. Do it. Can't hurt. It never hurts to try. And I would say if there's any conclusion to this message today, it would be, it never hurts to try. Oh, Cheyenne, God bless you. Said thank you for opening my mind to unimaginable outcomes. Well, actually, There's no such thing as impossible, because if it's up here, it's in your reality. It's just a matter of releasing all the separation. You know? Good night, Dan. Thanks for coming out. Grace, oh, I love you so much. Oh, thank you. I'm so proud of you too. You guys rock. Shout out to my mods. Lisa with that heavy wrench. Lune with that heavy wrench. Y'all are epic. Crystal popped in for a brief moment. I love you all so much, okay? What day is it? Wednesday? I'll see you all for Saturday morning live at 11:47 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's going to be a blast. Like, these channeling messages are epic, but those are savage, all right? So, because they're called I Said What I Said. Dang, they're fun. They're funny. All right, fam. I will be back with more uploads. I did a little bit of traveling. It was crazy. Oh my God. And maybe I'll tell you all about it on Saturday. All right. I love you so much, and I will see you so soon. Okay. Take care. Bye. Wait, you said they're so fun? I agree. See you out there, Grace. Peace out, Angela.